Hello. Last week, I went over some things that you needed for your four-year plan. We talked about just why we're doing the four-year plan. Then we talked about college credits, and we went through the core classes for sophomore or freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. So today I'm going to talk to you about the other elective credits or elective credits that you're going to need that are required. I actually recorded this earlier and something happened and it wouldn't upload, so I'm going to try it again. So the first one that we need to talk about today is speech. You need a half credit of speech, 0.5, and that means that you will only take it for one semester, unless it's one of these other courses that will cover your speech credit that isn't actually listed as a speech class. So professional communications is a speech class. It's a half credit, one semester. Teen leadership is a half credit speech class. If you are currently in Miss Baxter's teen leadership class, that does not count for your speech credit. You would have to take it again in high school. It's a different curriculum, so you'd have to take that again. But then we also have debate, which is how to actually argue a point, debate a topic appropriately, not just calling people names and getting mad. And then we have academic, which is academic decathlon. And normally there is this is kind of an old topic that I have on here, but with academic decathlon, there's a big topic that you are studying along with the other people who are in your class, and you are responsible for one part of that topic. You don't have to know everything about the whole entire thing. So one year they studied World War II, and one year they studied Australia, and then one year they studied the 1960s, a transformational decade, and you're only responsible for a piece of that. And then you go and you compete at UIL tournaments. You can also do some speech and interview skill competitions in academic. Then the other classes that will cover your speech credit are Principles of Ag, Principles of Audio Video Production, Principles of Human Services, Principles of Architecture, Principles of Business Marketing and Finance, and Principles of Health Science. Any principles class will count as your speech or will satisfy your speech credit, but you're in there for a whole year because it is a prerequisite to some other class that you might like to take. If you want to read what those classes are, you can pause this video for a second and take a look at which requirements they cover. The other thing that you need to know is down here at the very bottom it says theater arts satisfies the speech requirement. So theater arts will take care of your fine arts requirement that we'll talk about later, and also your speech requirement at the same time. Health. You need a half credit of health. That's one semester of health. There are 4 ways that you can get this done. First of all, you can just take a health class. It's 1 semester long. You can take it along with teen leadership, or you can take health with professional communications. There are some other semester classes that are available to you to take along with health. Then, if you are interested in the health science field, if you're wanting to do CNA or EMT, you can take the Principles of Health Science class, and that will cover your health credit and your speech credit. The other 2 ways to do health is if you are trying to buy a spot in your schedule so that you are not missing or you're not having to use one of your semesters to do this in school. There are other things that you want to do instead. You can do something called credit by exam, or you may take health in summer school. Summer school is, everybody always kind of freaks out about that. Summer school does not mean you're going to school all summer. Summer school means that you are going to school for 3 weeks, 4 days a week for 4 hours a day. So normally you're out the first week of summer vacation, and then summer school starts after that. So for 3 weeks, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 8 to noon or from noon to 4 as your class times. You can get your health class done more quickly, then it won't take the full 3 weeks. My daughter did health in summer school when she was in high school. She completed the class in 5 class days, and then on the 6th class day, which was a Tuesday, she went in and took the test and was done in 45 minutes. She made a B, and she was done with health. The issue with that is your parents have to take you to summer school, or you have to have your own transportation, and it costs $200 per class. So there are other classes that are offered in summer school. Health is just one of them, and so there is a fee for that. The other way that you can get your health credit satisfied is by doing a test. It's called credit by exam. You pay $10. You have 2 opportunities to get your health credit by taking the test. You must make an 80 on the test, so it's pretty tough. You can't just make a 70 and pass. You have to make an 80 to get your credit. If you don't pass it the first time with an 80, then you have a second opportunity to take it. If you don't pass it the second time, then you forfeit your $10 and you don't get your health credit. However, you can pay another $10 and take it again. So that's another way that you can satisfy your health credit for high school. You must have 1 PE credit, 1 full year of PE. It is not required during your freshman year. You do not have to take PE as a freshman. You just must take 1 credit, 1 year of PE before you graduate from high school. There are many things that count as PE. You can do PE, PE1 and PE2. PE1 is PE for the first semester. PE2 is PE for the second semester. So you can take regular PE class, walking the track, volleyball, soccer, kickball, jump rope, whatever it is you do in PE. Band counts as a PE credit in the fall. So 2 years of band equals 1 PE credit and 1 fine arts credit. We'll get to fine arts in a minute, but you're marching in the fall, and so that counts as a PE credit. Color guard, those are the people that twirl the flags on the field at halftime. They work with the band. So color guard, I think they also have some like rubber guns that they twirl. That's color guard. 1 year of color guard is 1 PE credit. JROTC, which is those are the kids that wear like the military uniforms 1 day a week. You wear that military uniform to school. Our ROTC at Magnolia West High School is a Navy ROTC. That does not mean you have to go into the Navy. If you want to be an ROTC, that does not mean you have to go into the military at all. The purpose of ROTC is to build citizenship and leadership. So the end result is only about 2% of kids that are in ROTC end up going into the military, but it's a good place to gain citizenship skills, leadership skills. They have like a shooting team, an air rifle shooting team, underwater robotics team, kind of an Ironman type obstacle course team. So there are lots of good things with ROTC. Drill team, that's Phillies. Those are the gals that go out on the field and dance with the boots and the gloves and the hats and the sparkly skirts. You have to try out for drill team, but that will equal 1 PE credit. Dance and dance crew are each 1 credit. They can count for a PE credit and also a fine arts credit at the same time if you are in dance or dance crew. Dance is normally leans more toward girls. Dance crew was set up specifically for boys. If you want to do dance crew for your fine art in your PE class, then you will be able to do that as a sophomore. You can't do dance crew, boys, until your sophomore year. Girls, you can start dance as freshmen. Athletics weight training down at the very bottom. You do not have to be an athlete to be in athletics weight training. Athletics weight training is simply you are lifting weights. That's it. You're not competing in a sport. It's just you dress out, you go to the weight room, you lift, then you get your clothes back on and go to class. You can start that as a freshman. Not as a freshman, as a sophomore. athletics weight training is for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. You may not take it as a freshman, okay? 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Okay, athletics. If you are an athlete, as a freshman, you are going to sign up for PE1 and PE2. This does not mean you will ever step foot in a PE class. It is a placeholder for your schedule so that once the coaches at MJH turn their roster of players over to the coaches at West and you try out for the team and the coaches at West say, yes, this kid's going to be on our team, they turn their rosters into the counselors and the counselors then put you in the correct athletics period. There are many athletics periods at Magnolia West, not just one for boys and one for girls. And so for right now as a freshman, you would choose PE1 and PE2. Even though you're not going to be in a PE class, you will be in athletics. Okay. The next one is foreign language. You need 2 credits of a foreign language to graduate from high school. The only 2 credits that we offer, or the only 2 foreign languages we offer, are Spanish and French. If you already speak Spanish, then you will be able to go into what's called native speakers. There's a test at the end of the school year, and it will test your ability to read and write in Spanish as well as to understand Spanish. And so you'll either be placed in native speaker 1 and 2, which means that you will get 2 years of Spanish taken care of in 1 year, or in native speaker AP. You're not learning how to speak Spanish in the native speakers class because you already know how to speak it and understand it. You're working more on how to write it and read it. If you're currently in Spanish at Magnolia Junior High, then you will take Spanish 2 next year at the high school. If you want to take French, you're welcome to do that, but you must have 2 years of the same foreign language. So you can't take 1 year of Spanish and then 1 year of French and call that 2 years. It's 2 years of the same foreign language. You do not want to skip a year between those 2 years. Okay, the last one is fine arts. You need 1 fine arts credit. Yes, you have to take a fine arts class. So your options are art, choir, dance or dance crew, band, 2 years of band equals 1 fine arts credit, theater, theater production, theater tech, color guard, Phillies, piano, which is for beginners only, and you cannot take it until your sophomore year. If you took 3 months of piano when you were in the 2nd grade and then you haven't really touched it since then, you can take piano. But if you took 3 years of piano, 2nd through 5th grade, then you're not a beginner anymore. And then the last one is floral design. This is how to arrange flowers, color theory, how to get flowers to stand up correctly in a vase or in a flat bowl or plate. That counts as a fine art. You do not have to take Principles of Ag if you're only using floral design as a fine art. However, if you want to use floral design, or if you want to go into advanced floral design, the 2nd year of floral design, then you will have to take Principles of Ag. Piano and floral design cannot be done until your sophomore year, your 10th grade year. Same thing with dance crew. Dance crew can't be done until your 10th grade or sophomore year. So that is plenty for today. So for your freshman year, next year, you're going to need English 1, Algebra or Geometry, World Geography or AP Human, your biology class, and then electives to equal 3 credits. You will not be able to get all of your electives done in 1 year, your required electives done in 1 year, but you will be able to do many of them. I'm gonna stop with this today and load it to Canvas. Go ahead and watch this one, and then we will move on to the other information that you need to have tomorrow.